Day 365, number 30. Today let's do 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves as to whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not know yourselves that Jesus Christ is in you? Unless indeed you fail the test. That's a good one. That one kind of makes you do a little self-examination. That's the first thing he says there. Examine yourselves to see if you're in the faith. There's a difference between examine and test, because he said examine yourselves and test yourselves. The examination is, in the wastewater field, we do that. We examine water. It's when you look closely at something. We're to look closely at our lives. We're to examine ourselves to see if we're walking the walk. And he goes on to say, test yourselves. Now in the wastewater field, when we test the water, we don't just look at it anymore. We put some heat to it. Either actual flames or chemicals. Start burning it. We test it to see what it's made of. Now how do we test ourselves to see if we're in the faith? To see if Jesus Christ truly dwells within us and rules our lives. We step out in faith. We trust Him. We test to see if we really trust God or not. That's how you'll know. You know, when we examine others, it's easy for us to spot the sin in their lives because it's very familiar to us. Very familiar, too familiar, even intimate. And we're not to do that. We're to examine ourselves. And then we need to step out in faith. There was a guy, the best tightrope walker in history. I think his name was Richard, McFish or something like that. Anyways, he used to go across that thing. He'd go across it with a wheelbarrow. People would cheer. Then he put 200 pounds of potatoes in the wheelbarrow. He asked them, do you think I can make that? Sure. Yeah, they had faith in him. He did it. He went across with a wheelbarrow. Potatoes in it, 200 pounds. So when he came back, he said, do you think I could put a person in this wheelbarrow and go across and come back? Like I did the potatoes. And they all said, yeah, sure you can. He says, all right. Why don't you get in? Let's do it. Nobody got in the wheelbarrow. They weren't willing to test their faith in Richard. And we need to do that. We need to test our faith. We need to step out of our comfort zone and see what God would have for our lives. Anyways, that's Bible verse of day 365, number 30 over and out.